In this video, I'm going to reveal a secret investing strategy that I use to literally double my long-term investment account in the matter of a single year. And this is something that anybody can do no matter how experienced you are. So if you're a beginner or not, you can. Now, the reason I'm putting this video together is because I wanted to show my brother a strategy he could use. He asked me, Austin, what's the best thing that I can do for long-term investing to help grow my account quickly? Because I know I'm young and the best thing I have is time. So whether you have time or you don't have time, this is an amazing strategy to consider. It's something I realized I've never talked about before. So I wanted to give it all away to show you how to invest your money in a very safe way, but to see very great returns that's led literally to Xing my long-term portfolio in the matter of a year. So let's break this down. You need to have access to a charting platform, whether you're using your broker or tradingview.com like you see me on right here. You need to be able to access the chart. Now I'm going to walk you through this. It's super simple. What you also need to do is you need to go to the indicator section no matter where you are, and you need to type in something called Bollinger Bands, which is spelled Bollinger Bands. You should be able to find this on any charting platform that you're using. Next, you want to go into the settings of that and you want to change it. The length by default is 20. You want to change the length to 200. When you do, this gives you two very distinct zones. Now, to be clear, when we're investing, our goal is to invest in broad market ETFs that are going to have a diversified base that also can give us good returns. And so that's something we're looking at as SPY, which is the ETF of the S&P 500. So we compare, or we start pairing the S&P 500 with this indicator, and that's where the magic comes in. So what we're looking at is this top phase, or basically what I look at is this entire phase, okay? This is where the market will be trading 95% of the time. This is just based on math, a normal distribution type of market. And then again, 2% of the time or 2.5% of the time, the market will be here, and 2.5% of the time it will be here. Now, I know this is a lot of math, but basically this tells you is when the market is below here, there's a 97% chance that it's going to go back and get out of this zone because it's only your 2.5% of the time. So what does that tell you? That means that whenever the market breaks below this bottom level, this is your value zone. Have you ever heard Warren Buffett say you want to buy a company worth $80 for $40 and eventually it'll reach that price? You're investing at a discount. That's what we're doing here in the market. Once the market gets below this level, that means we are discounted. We aren't going to stay below here for long, and that then gives us the perfect opportunity, don't know why I jumped over to Apple, to actually invest in this asset. So if I'm trying to build a long-term investment portfolio on SPY, which is what I've done over the years, I just build up cash in the portfolio. Every single month, I invest, or I take some of my money and I put it inside of my long-term investment account. Whether that's a normal broker, a Roth IRA, a 401k, whatever, just put money in that account. And then whenever the market breaks down below here, I take that cash that's sitting on the sidelines and I deploy it into the specific low point zones, which then give me an optimal point to enter. Because now I'm entering at the lowest point around the market, and that's allowing a great entry, which means I'm able to dollar cost average, aka get in at a low price and an overall great market, something that tracks the overall market. Now, that's not the secret, although that alone will help increase your returns dramatically and help you get in at a very low cost basis. But what I want to explain here is what I call the 3XL strategy. Okay, investing in SPY is amazing, but there are forms of SPY that are leveraged, that are 3X. So let me show you what I mean by this. From the bottom point up to the top point we are now, the market increased 27%. While there are other ETFs that instead of going up 27 will go up 3X that, so it'll go up 90%. So let me show you what I mean. That asset I'm referring to is SPXL, and this is a 3X leverage form. So let me show you. From the bottom point up to the top point, it made 104% return. So what am I saying here? I'm saying if you're okay with a bit more risk, this is what I did in the beginning to grow my portfolio quickly as someone who didn't want to take much risk or ever look at the market much. What I did was, it's just once a week, I looked at the market, specifically SPXL, and I said, is it below this price? And when it was below this level, I would buy. I'm not trying to time the perfect entry, the perfect exit, all that stuff. Once a week, I look at this chart and I go, is it below this level? And do I have cash available? If so, I take that cash I've been stockpiling in my account and I throw it into SPXL. I give it time and I'll wait and I'll eventually recover here. Now, again, leverage ETFs are amazing. They can do great performance, but again, with more risk comes, I should say, with higher leverage comes more risk and more return. So you get both sides of the coin, so be careful. But if you have time to wait on your side, this is one of the greatest strategies. You can see here, the last time it went down this zone, it bounced up and did about 50%. And then what I typically do is I typically close out the trade once it breaks the top part. Like if I'm doing a leveraged asset and I'm not going to hold it forever, I just close out the trade once it breaks to the red zone. Now, if it's my long-term SPY portfolio, I'm just buying in at those points and holding forever. But if you're doing the leverage form, then I like to close out there. So again, you can see here when we bounce here till it closed up, that was a 69% return. So no matter 1 year, they made 69%, which is insane. And then again, here when the market bounced here and then it hit the zone, the first time it hit was right here, 178% return. Again, you can just see how well this does. Now, again, this here broke there and then it now broke there around 10%. So you would have lost 11, but still you would have had 60% gain, 100% gain. So it's not perfect, but if you're looking to grow your account quickly with very little time spent on the screen, this was a secret investment strategy that I use to increase my long-term returns. And now that I have a decent cash pile built up in my long-term account, I'm doing the same strategy, but on SPY where I just buy and hold forever. And now I get in at a good price. So that is my secret investment strategy. Go use it, go deploy it. The younger you are, the more time you have on your side to just compound this over time. All right, my name is Austin Booley. If you like this, please hit subscribe and I'll see you in the next video.